Tragic story, punishment. Rui was a very simple and ordinary girl when she got married with a very handsome and good-looking engineer guy. Mr. Roger, her husband, was a very decent and dedicated husband. He loved her wife to the bottom of his heart. In short, Rui was a very lucky woman. Both were very happy with their married life. They have been blessed with 3 children within 4 years and both were enjoying their life. But it's only for 5 years. They were living happily with their 2 beautiful daughters and a son. Suddenly Mr. Roger came to know that he was suffering from cancer and he had no more time to live. He was alive only for 2 months. Mr. Roger was very much worried about his family, to think about the condition of his family after his death. One day he said to his wife, "I love you very much, but I am going to leave this world and my family, and I am worried about you because you are not a self-dependent woman. Please make a promise. You will marry with someone after my death for you and our children." Due to weakness, Roger was murmuring. But Rui was not listening a single word of her husband because her mind was not working at the movement. She was only praying to God for the long life of her husband. Mr. Roger passed away to leave his family alone in the world. Rui's life filled with unlimited worries. Her father was a landlord and a rich person, so she decided to take shelter of her parents for the rest of her life. She never wanted to be married again. To be set the life of her children was the only goal of her life now, because Roger was a very ambitious person and he wanted to see his children to the top of the world and was struggling to make them as per her husband's desire. Her children were very intelligent like their father. After completing their studies, elder daughter became a doctor and the younger daughter and son became engineer like their father. Her husband's dream came true, but in this long struggle her father was always be there. Rui was thankful of her father not only for the financial help but for the moral support too. Her life was going smoothly, she was happy with her children. One day she was shocked to know that her younger daughter got married with an intercaste boy without getting her permission. Rui's father was bigoted for his religion and she was also very honest for her religion. This marriage was a blunder mistake of her daughter. It was a very big shock for her father also. Rui's father became very angry and she was shocked. She has broken her relationship with daughter forever, but after some time another's decision made her in surprise. Because her elder daughter, who was practicing as doctor in America, informed that she was going to marry with her doctor boyfriend in the next week. That boy was also intercaste. Her relationship with both of her daughters almost finished because of his father's decision. Once again Rui was feeling alone in the world. She was remembering her husband very much in this critical time. She was living with her son. On the occasion of the marriage of her son, she was waiting eagerly for her both daughters. After all, she was a mother and her daughters were the best part of her life. She had forgiven both of them to the bottom of her heart. Instead, she had always a fear to her father. She told to the friends of her daughters to convey her message and invitation of their brother's marriage to them. That's why she was heaving a hope to saw her daughters and their husbands, but it was a false hope. Her daughters didn't come. Rui's health has been falling day to day. Slowly she was losing all the hopes of her life. Her fate was very cruel to her. One day she passed away with the sweet memories of her husband. After the death of Rui, her son got a ladder besides her pillow. It was, "My dear son, I loved you and your sisters very much, but it's too sad which I am going to tell you. Don't wait for your sisters now. They will never come to meet you. Because I came to know before a couple of months that your elder sister had committed suicide and the younger one was murdered by her husband. Love you, Mom." Son has started weeping bitterly. Because he already knew all about them when Rui was alive, but he couldn't tell her about the death of her sisters. He always ignored to tell because of her health. Now he came to know the reason of her illness and death.